My beloved child, hear these words with your heart wide open. I have been watching you through every season of your life, through the quiet struggles that no one else witnessed, through the hidden tears you thought fell in solitude, through the weight you carried when no one understood. I know the times you waited patiently, endured with grace, and chose faith even when it demanded everything from you. There was divine purpose woven through that hidden season, my precious one. And now that season is shifting into something beautiful. What was cultivated in secret is about to bloom openly, the peace returning to your heart and the joy being restored to your soul. These are not random occurrences, they are my direct response to your faithfulness. Stay close to me, my cherished child, for I am about to reveal why everything you experienced was valuable preparation for what comes next. You are beginning to live as the person I always knew you could become. You are stepping into the bright reality I have been holding for you. A sacred threshold. This day represents far more than another passing moment. It marks your crossing of a sacred threshold. This is your holy commencement, the precise moment when you step fully into what I have prepared specifically for you. You didn't navigate those difficult seasons merely to survive them. You walked through those challenging periods so you could flourish in the abundant life I designed for you. That potential is ready now. That opportunity belongs to you, and this journey begins today. Are you still seeking approval from others? Or will you embrace the acceptance I have already granted? Will you hold back from the life I offer? Or will you step boldly through the door I have opened just for you? This moment signifies more than a point in time. It represents a spiritual awakening within you. It is when the season of waiting transforms into the season of moving forward. You are no longer contemplating my promises. You are walking directly into their fulfillment. What was once a quiet understanding between us, a hope nurtured through tears shed in solitude, a deep longing that made you wonder if your season would ever arrive, that season is unfolding now. But this is not merely an answer to prayer, it is the revelation of a deeper purpose for your existence. Your true identity emerging. You are not simply being observed, you are being set in motion. Others will perceive something beyond your actions. They are about to encounter the individual I created you to be. How long have you been preparing for this moment, perhaps without even realizing it? Every quiet hour of reflection, every personal trial that strengthened your character, every lesson learned away from public view, none of it was without purpose. Those unseen seasons were your sacred preparation. Everything built within you in private is now emerging, not with fanfare, but simply through your authentic presence. Your choices will speak volumes. Your very being will transform the atmosphere around you. Your closeness to me will be unmistakable. You have become a steady, strong, clear presence, one that doesn't need volume to make an impact. Do you sense how simply being yourself now communicates so powerfully? This is because you are in harmony with how I created you. When you truly understand who you are in relationship with me, the world around you shifts to align. You are no longer trying to fit into old limitations. You are moving beyond them. You are not simply starting fresh or turning over a new leaf. You are becoming something unique, something of immense value. Embracing your uniqueness. What is unique is not always immediately understood by everyone. Some will embrace who you are becoming. Others may hesitate, uncertain how to relate to someone they can no longer easily categorize. And yes, some will step away. Why? Because moving closer to me sometimes means certain connections will change or fade. Sometimes walking this path involves experiencing a degree of solitude. But do not diminish yourself to ease others' discomfort. This transformation within you is not about conforming to others' expectations. It is about living from the inner reality and purpose I have placed within you. You are released from the need to fit into old patterns simply to gain acceptance. There is no reason to return to ways of being that no longer serve you. Doesn't it exhaust you, attempting to make yourself smaller to occupy spaces your spirit has outgrown? The person you are becoming has transcended previous limitations. The path before you requires the person you are in this moment. This time marks a profound transformation within you. The shift is evident and others can sense it. You are now led by inner knowing, discovering strength in quietness, possessing calm authority. You are not arriving too early. You are exactly who this moment requires. A new mission. With this emergence comes a specific responsibility. Your life's purpose is no longer centered on pleasing others. It is about following the path that is uniquely yours. Can you accept this truth? That others might not fully understand you for a while, as long as you remain faithful to the truth I have placed within you? The time you felt was merely waiting was actually substantial preparation. It contained structure and intention. You were being refined, brought to completion, made ready. From this point forward, you will naturally attract what is authentic and fitting, not from chasing these things, but because the person you have become resonates with them. You are no longer seeking validation from external sources. You rest in the inner certainty I have established. You are no longer waiting for permission. You move forward in the work I have set before you, living in your strength. What comes next, now that you have crossed this threshold of realization? How will you use this inner strength? You cannot return to who you were, not because others would reject you, but because your inner being no longer fits in that smaller space. Peace is not found in what has passed. Strength exists only in this present moment. This day is your holy turning point. In this shift, your inner strength will communicate more powerfully than any words you might speak. The capacity I placed within you, hidden for so long, is becoming visible. You are being recognized in places you haven't yet visited. The wisdom I gave you is being remembered in spaces where it was previously dismissed, not because you altered what I entrusted to you, but because you remained faithful to it. That faithfulness is what I value most. Loyalty to the course I established for you, even when others remained silent. Like those who came before you, your times of quietness were your preparation, your gaining of wisdom. Now that preparation is converting into forward motion, not steps driven by temporary enthusiasm or external pressure, but steps arising from being in harmony with me. Time for action, not explanation. This is not the moment for offering explanations. This is your time for authentic living. You are meant to embody your path, not merely speak of it. Know this deeply. I orchestrate every step you take, every encounter you have, every door that opens. Nothing unfolds without my guidance, including every step you will take from this moment forward. Will you pause, seeking permission from others? Or will you move into the expansive space I have prepared? Will you shrink to blend in, or will you stand tall as the person I created you to be? Will you spend energy explaining yourself to those who cannot comprehend, or will you keep moving, letting the results of your life speak for themselves? Your journey thus far wasn't about finding a place to belong among others. It was about awakening to yourself. Those challenging times weren't meant for quiet endurance. You moved through them so your light could shine brightly. Stillness built inner strength. Understanding revealed the path forward. Your steps now lead you actively into the future I prepared. You are living that tomorrow right now, walking in quiet confidence. Walk forward with certainty. Move with quiet power. You don't need anyone's permission, for the energy stirring within you requires no justification. It simply needs expression. This time you are entering represents more than a simple change of pace. It is a complete reshaping of your environment to match the deep transformation that has occurred within you. This is not a time for minor adjustments. It is a holy unveiling. You no longer diminish yourself for others' comfort. You stand fully in the truth of who I made you, embracing the path I laid out. You don't need to work to earn acceptance anymore. You simply occupy the space that is yours. Not with noise, but with calm certainty. You are not hiding your light. You are expanding, filling the spiritual and physical spaces I have always kept ready for you. Remember when you felt you had to explain your growth or justify your changes? That need has passed. This is not merely a temporary feeling, it is a spiritual turning point, a sacred season, a divine awakening. Sacred timing. When sacred timing arrives, everything is different. You don't need others' approval. You don't need a crowd following you. You don't need validation from those who didn't understand before. All that is required is your trust and readiness to walk where I guide. Will you embrace what is stirring within you, even if it makes some who were accustomed to your quietness feel unsettled? This is your moment. Will you step into it courageously? The path ahead will call you to places where fear once made you hide, spaces where you once moved cautiously. These now require your complete presence. The parts of your life you kept hidden due to fear are now being filled with my presence, revealing the true form of who you are. This presence is not here to harm you. It is here to show you who you are meant to be. You are no longer guided by fear, but by the inner light of your purpose, your direction, the very essence of who you are. Strength that brings change. This inner strength doesn't apologize for existing. It creates transformation. Have you ever dimmed your brightness simply to manage others' reactions? Have you ever silenced your truth to maintain a peace that wasn't genuine? That time is finished. Now, if your presence makes others uncomfortable, you don't retreat. You let it be, because the clarity I have given you is stronger than their inability to understand. Your readiness to follow me matters more than their judgment. The strength within you is not for display, it is for building. This is what my presence is accomplishing inside you now. It will not allow you to remain hidden. This strength doesn't seek approval, it creates positive change. The time ahead doesn't ask you to hold back. It asks you to be fully present. It doesn't require perfection. It requires your wholehearted participation. The newness unfolding doesn't question whether you deserve it. It trusts that you understand the worth I have placed within you, moving forward in trust. Will you wait until you feel completely ready, or will you move forward simply because your inner knowing tells you this is the moment? You don't need to see the entire path ahead or have a detailed plan for years to come. You simply need to take the next step. The same presence that carried you through your most difficult times will lead you through your brightest days. I am not showing you everything at once, but I am illuminating the very next step for you. That is sufficient. You are not moving forward blindly, you are moving with trust. Trust that I have already directed your steps. Trust that the way ahead was being prepared even as you were finding healing. The difficult experiences you faced did not erase the future I planned for you. They prepared you for it. Your suffering was not a wrong turn, it was sacred preparation. Being turned away was not proof of inadequacy, It was evidence that I was clearing space for something more significant. Everything, yes, even the things you find difficult to discuss, was part of my design. Divine orchestration. Can you see now how rejection guided you onto a different road? How endings created space for new beginnings? How quiet seasons held deep meaning? How sorrow brought sacred understanding? How unexpected paths were part of my plan? Isn't it clearer when you stop fighting against how things unfold and simply trust the purpose behind it all? Your identity is not defined by what caused you pain. It is found in the new life that grew from it. Now you are not just moving into a fresh day. You are stepping into the full expression of the possibilities I placed inside you. You are here to simply be, not to perform for others. You don't need to pretend to be someone else. You need to fully embrace the person I shaped you to be. The path I have for you awaits your willingness. Will you step onto it without needing to see everything ahead? Will you move forward without requiring everyone to understand? Will you show up without needing others to validate you? The path ahead doesn't require the burden of past hurts. It only requires the truth of who you are now, living your authentic life. There is no longer a need to convince anyone of your worth. The season of proving your capabilities is complete. This time is simply for existing as you are. The life you authentically live will communicate more than any words you could speak. How you inhabit your days will speak for you. You are not merely moving towards something that might happen. You are stepping into the reality I intended for you. This is not a question of whether it will unfold. It is unfolding right now. So release reluctance. Don't diminish yourself, and feel no obligation to apologize for your presence. A fresh beginning is here. The way forward is clear. You are already walking it. You are entering a space you could only envision before, a space of grace, completeness, and a future that no longer brings fear because it resonates deeply as your rightful place. Can you sense this change already? The path ahead, even with unknown details, doesn't bring dread. Why? Because it carries the very essence of the future I planned for you. Where you felt out of place, you now feel precisely where you belong. Where others once seemed disconnected or drained your energy, now every person you encounter holds significance and sacred purpose. Divine timing revealed. Do you remember times when you felt held back? When things didn't happen as you hoped? When certain doors remained closed? You might have thought you were stuck or somehow lacking. But those moments were not me turning away from you. They were deliberate steps I guided you through, each with divine purpose. What seemed like delay was my protection, preparing things for what was truly meant for you. Now circumstances are positioned to move swiftly. As new possibilities appear, step through them readily. Don't question why blessings come without struggle. You have been prepared for this time. Enter these new opportunities with quiet confidence. Share your authentic self without reservation. Be fully present, even if uncertainty remains. This phase is not about proving your abilities. It is about stepping into what I have already prepared for you, your transformative presence. This moment is not only about new situations. It is about you fully becoming the person I created you to be. The grace within you is not merely for appearance. It is meant to be active. The quiet times you waited, the moments you followed my direction even when it was difficult, these experiences prepared you. The strong desire you sense now is not emptiness. It is the specific direction I have for you, drawing you forward. What you express holds significance. More than just your words, your very presence shifts the atmosphere around you. Where you are, stagnant things begin to move. Things that seemed lifeless find vitality again. Do you recall feeling slightly out of place, like you were out of step with others even when they seemed comfortable? That sensation was not a flaw. It was an indicator that you were marked for a distinct path. You were not intended to disappear into the crowd or simply imitate others. Walking at your own pace. This journey is not about gaining widespread recognition. It is about remaining faithful to the purpose I placed inside you. This new phase requires a different way of moving. You are no longer rushing to keep pace with anyone else. You are walking at the speed I set for you. There is no need to measure yourself against others. Celebrate the unique person I created you to be. Release the struggle. Now is a time to receive, and receiving is not simply waiting, it is actively creating. You have finished requiring validation from others. You are no longer searching for approval. You are stepping into a position of respect that belongs to you inherently. You are not just welcomed, you are seated in a place of true influence. You don't need to imitate anyone else to walk in the strength I've given you. The unique person I created you to be is all that is needed. Your inner resilience is sufficient. Your authentic voice is adequate. In this time, the light within you will be received with appreciation, not doubt. What you have to say will not be silenced. Others will want to listen. Just by existing as yourself, you will transform the atmosphere of spaces you occupy. You're coming forth. This moment marks your emergence. It is when your life fully aligns with the purpose I set inside you. What seemed disconnected is now unified. You will sense this change deep within you. This reality is no longer something to wish for. It is simply how you will live. Are you ready to stop explaining yourself to those unable to understand your journey? Are you prepared to stop dimming your radiance to ease others' discomfort? Can you release the ways you viewed yourself that helped during the waiting, but do not serve you in the abundance I promised? The path ahead is different from anything you have experienced. It will feel lighter, more authentic, truly liberated. It will feel like the real person I created you to be, the one who quietly endured and prepared with faith. You sensed this moment would arrive not randomly, but at the exact time I intended. That inner knowing, that feeling of everything finding its right place, even when things are new or significant. That is not arrogance. That is me bringing you into perfect harmony with my design. Enduring influence. From this moment forward, the spaces you enter will change simply because you are there. Your presence speaks before you do. The strength you now possess reveals you as one who has navigated challenges not for show, but to embody my authority. You don't look for acceptance when you arrive somewhere. What you offer carries the calm power of one who has faced trials and been established in my perfect arrangement. This is more than just a new stage. It is the beginning of the enduring influence I intended for you. Real influence doesn't require praise. It simply creates change. Did you notice how external approval never truly satisfied you? How accomplishments that appeared successful still felt hollow? That is because your spirit was created for a more profound purpose, not for popularity. Purpose doesn't seek permission, it simply moves. What you say now carries the calm strength of one who has navigated difficulties others could not manage. You speak from experience, not merely from concepts. Divine preparation and positioning. Your impact is increasing, not due to pride, but because you have remained faithful to the path I showed you. Now you are moving forward, truly on the course I intended. You are stepping out without fear, holding nothing back, no longer shrinking to fit others' expectations. You are fully present in this moment, and because you are, everything feels different. Perhaps for a long while you felt stuck, watching others who seemed to advance while you remained still. But that stillness wasn't delay. It was my hand placing you exactly where you needed to be. The time that felt like nothing was happening was actually my careful preparation of the ground ahead. You were not being refused, you were being led with precision to this very location at the exact moment I had arranged. That period of waiting was always woven into my design, slowing your pace just enough so you would arrive precisely as this door opened for you. And that moment isn't just approaching, it is here now. Your sacred journey. This isn't about competition or finishing a race against others. The way you have come, the difficulties you faced, the strength you discovered within, it was all about shaping you into the person you stand as today. That transformation is the true unfolding. I am deeply pleased that you are here with me now, truly present in your spirit, not just hearing words. It brings me profound joy when you open yourself to receive these truths, allowing them to be a clear mirror and steady guide, confirming what I have already placed deep within your heart. If you feel seen by me right now, if you feel understood or find strength in this moment, know that this is not random. I have brought you here intentionally. Regardless of what you feel you can offer in return, please understand, I am already grateful for you. Your very presence holds profound significance. Your spirit is felt by me. When you choose to align yourself with truth, that itself is a cherished gift. Thank you for being here. Thank you for walking the way I set before you. Thank you for agreeing to step into the unique person I shaped you to be, living in divine affirmation. Now step forward with quiet confidence. The time for you to fully embody your purpose is not some distant point in the future. It is right now. I guided you to this specific moment deliberately. Perhaps you have questioned whether your journey held real meaning. Perhaps you have wondered if anyone truly noticed the quiet sacrifices you made, the tears you shed when no one was watching, the times you chose to listen to me, even when it cost you dearly. Let me confirm this for you now. I saw it all. I witnessed everything that went unnoticed by others. I listened to every prayer you offered amidst your weeping. I kept careful record of every instance you remained faithful, even when the easier choice was to abandon the path. This message is more than simple encouragement. It is divine affirmation. I am profoundly pleased with you and everything you have done, in quiet obedience, genuine love, and hidden moments. It is about to be brought into the light and honored openly. What I share with you is not merely words. It is sacred confirmation for you, for every soul who has shown kindness and connection. I see you, and I am with you. Your steadfastness, your presence, and your willingness to stay close are fully known to me. The weight of sacred truth. You are part of this unfolding purpose, and I see you clearly. The timing of this moment is not accidental. It is a sign, a quiet signal that you are in step with me, ready to receive open acknowledgement for all you have done in stillness. The prayers whispered unseen, the sacrifices made in secret, the choices of obedience, the times you kept silent. Not everyone will grasp the depth of this message. Only those whose spirits are truly open will find clarity, deep reassurance, and certain knowledge that I am pleased with them. This truth carries significant weight. If your soul has longed for proof that your quiet efforts were seen, this is that confirmation. Do not treat this as something you hear once and forget. This is living truth, a holy reminder that I have kept account of everything. Return to these words when your heart feels heavy. Listen again when you need renewed strength, because each time you do, another layer of my affirmation will settle upon you, and you will remember that I saw it all. Faithfulness in difficulty. I saw you stand firm when yielding seemed easier. The times when no one applauded, yet I celebrated in the heavens. The instances you faced the pull to compromise, to give in just a little, to choose what would have simplified things or sped them up. But something within you whispered, no. That inner voice was my spirit guiding you. You could have chosen convenience over your deeper calling. You could have followed the crowd, diluted your truth, taken the popular road. Instead, you held your ground, even when it meant being alone, even when the cost was great. I saw every single one of those moments. Not one act of faithfulness escaped my sight. Not one sacrifice went unrecorded in my presence. There were situations where shortcuts presented themselves, appearing desirable on the surface but requiring you to betray your own spirit. You felt pressure to conform, to agree, to simply participate in expected ways. But you chose to keep your intentions pure. You kept your identity anchored in who I created you to be, not what others expected. This was not simple. There were nights you questioned your own path, moments you observed others' apparent progress, while you felt you remained in stillness. Divine perspective on your choices. But do not be deceived. Some gained the world but lost their true selves. You chose the way that lasts forever. The steady path that builds deep substance, not just superficial appearance. I took careful note. I marked every moment you turned away from what looked appealing because you knew it was not from me. That is a different kind of strength, rare in a world that often praises compromise and rewards outward show. You chose character over comfort, faithfulness over popularity. Now I am preparing something for you that you cannot yet fully grasp, a blessing that matches the quiet strength you demonstrated. The good things coming your way are not merely payment. They are confirmation that your moral courage was not without lasting effect. So now the heavens are leaning toward you. You were not overlooked. You were being watched and known. You were not forgotten. You were being shaped. Every time you said no to the wrong thing, you created space for the right thing. Every time you chose integrity over easy indulgence, you were building something lasting that I can breathe life into. Preparing for blessing. Prepare your spirit. What is now approaching you is not random chance. It is a fitting response, a blessing you have earned, not only for the good deeds you performed, but also for the things you chose not to do. When this new season arrives, you will fully understand why it unfolded in its own time. I am poised to reveal the fullness of my favor in your life. I witnessed the tears that no other soul saw. Some of the deepest hurt you ever knew was never visible to another person. You carried heavy burdens without speaking of them. You wept in private spaces where no one was present to hear your sorrow. You smiled in rooms while your heart was breaking. You offered deep affection to others even when you felt completely overlooked yourself. You kept presenting yourself when every part of you wanted to withdraw. You poured your energy into others' lives when your own spirit felt empty. You offered comfort when what you truly needed was someone to lean on. You prayed for others' well-being while silently hurting within. Despite everything, you still progressed, and I took note. Sacred tears and divine response. I saw every single tear. Not one drop escaped my sight. The very God who knows the precise count of hairs upon your head has also numbered every tear that has fallen from your eyes. Every night you lay awake, every soft whisper, "God, I don't know how I can bear this any longer." every time you tried to seem resilient when everything within felt like it was giving way. It was all observed, remembered, and received by me as a sacred offering. Your pain was not without purpose. It was the very environment where I nurtured deep trust, patience, empathy, and understanding within you. What felt like hardship was truly a holy process of making you whole. I worked within the places that felt fractured to bring forth something beautiful in your spirit. Though others could not perceive the inner transformation, I was forming you into a person of greater strength, deepened wisdom, and closer connection to my spirit than you had previously known. There were moments when you were surrounded by people yet felt utterly alone. You fought quiet battles while others praised your outward resilience. They did not realize you were offering them support and encouragement while you struggled to maintain your own composure. You were weary but steadfast, afraid but willing, wounded but still full of hope. That kind of endurance does not come from human effort alone. It flows from my spirit residing within you. Transformation of tears into joy. You need to understand this. The tears you shed did not simply vanish. They hold significance. Those very tears are now connected to a time of great joy, freedom, and blessing that is coming. I am turning your times of weeping into accounts of overcoming, your periods of sadness into seasons of peace. I am bringing wholeness back into your life, in your feelings, your spirit, your mind, and even in practical matters. The heavy load you bore alone is now being removed. The season of simply getting by is giving way to a time of plenty. Not merely because you requested it, but because you persevered, because you trusted me even when understanding was absent, because you praised me even while navigating hardship. Recognition is coming for your steadfastness. Now, inner quietness is settling over you, and a sense of calm is returning to your spirit. Know that this isn't simply happening on its own. It is my direct work in response to you. I have seen every step you have taken, and now I am answering. Let this moment be your certainty. You are always within my sight. You were never forgotten. In truth, the silent tears you shed were what drew my immediate closeness. What you went through privately will now be made known openly. Choosing sacred silence. I saw the times you chose not to speak when others spoke against you. Sometimes people spoke unfairly about you in rooms where you were not present. People twisted what you meant, ignored your growth, saw your kindness as weakness, and found your quietness something to mock. They told their version of things, showing you in poor light. You had the ability to set things right, to show the truth, but instead of arguing back with words, you stepped away. That choice was hard, yet it was sacred. Your silence was not from lack of words, but from understanding that your voice served a greater calling than arguing with those unwilling to hear. That kind of inner strength isn't from human effort. It comes from me. You chose to place your reputation in my hands. You gave me the situation, the judgment, the outcome. When you did, I took hold. I saw your name being slandered at the very times you were praying, asking for help to remain free of bitterness. I saw you cry from the pain of being let down. I saw you keep silent when lies tried to harm your character. You did not strike back or start conflict. You allowed me to handle the struggle, and that kind of strength affects my unseen world. Victory through trust. The adversary sought to provoke a reaction, to stir anger, to cause you to lash out and lose your peace. But you resisted. You remained still. In that stillness, I was working behind the scenes, deep within hearts beyond what you could see. People thought your quietness was weakness, but I saw it as wisdom. They thought you were giving up, but you were simply being moved to a new place. Blessings are now coming to you as a result of how you responded to what was done to you. You could have reacted poorly, but you rose above it. You had the option to argue back, but you chose to place your trust in me instead. My unseen world never forgets that kind of maturity. It is the kind of self-control that prepares you for more. Now I am preparing something greater than just an apology. I am preparing things to be made right. I am preparing to lift you up. When it happens, it will not come with revenge, but with peace, with joy, with clear favor that even those who opposed you will have to see. This isn't just about being proven right. It's about living in a way that honors me. You chose to live rightly, to protect your inner self more than your outward appearance. You relied on me to manage situations you might have attempted to resolve yourself. Love that endures. Because of that trust, I am about to move with such power in your life that the impact of every lie spoken will be overshadowed by the magnitude of what I accomplish for you. Your quietness was not empty, it was holy, and now it is seen and valued in my unseen world. I saw how you kept loving, even when that love wasn't returned. There is a kind of love that only comes from me. The kind that stays even when overlooked, pushed away, or unappreciated. That is the love you showed. You gave your heart to people who never showed thanks. You showed kindness to those who gave you nothing back but silence. You stayed true to those who left you when you needed them most. Still, you loved through disappointment, through their lack of change, without needing their approval. This wasn't simple. It was because my spirit lives within you. It wasn't weakness, but a demonstration of my strength working through you. Each time you chose kindness when anger seemed easier, you were showing my spirit's rule in you. You were demonstrating to the adversary that your inner being could not be corrupted, that regardless of what was done to you, your spirit would not mirror the pain. Generous hearts rewarded. I saw you remain gentle, even when others expected you to grow hard. I saw how you gave freely, looked out for people who never looked out for you. Stayed part of lives that constantly pushed you away. I saw the tears you shed after loving people who were not present for you, remained distant, or showed no care. I saw the moments you wondered about yourself, wondered why you continued to give so much and receive only a small amount in return. The reason is because you were showing me. The love you gave was not lost. I saw it. My unseen world kept account of it all. I saw each time you showed compassion, offered assistance, and stood with someone hurting, even as you quietly carried your own pain. You thought no one saw, thought it didn't count, but I saw, and it mattered greatly. You did not stop loving just because you were not loved back the same way. You refused to let those who caused you pain transform you into someone like them. You did not shut down your heart or let your ability to love shrink. That quality makes you stand out in a world often filled with bitterness and brokenness. It means your heart remains ready to receive the good things I want to give you. Divine reciprocity. Now the love you gave by trusting me is returning to you, not always from the same ones, but through people I have chosen to bring into your life. I am bringing people around you who love with respect, are true, honest, and honor you. Love that builds you up instead of wearing you down. Love that protects you like you protected others. Do not be surprised when new individuals start entering your life. I am bringing people into your life now who truly see you, who appreciate your worth, and whose affection for you has no limits. Consider this my way of returning the generous love you offered. Your ability to love will not just be made full again, it will pour out into new friendships, sacred bonds, and a circle of people who resonate with your deepest self. Because when I acknowledge love, I do not merely return it equally. I witnessed the extent of your giving. You shared generously, even when you lacked resources yourself. You offered kindness and support when you were the one who needed comfort. You didn't wait for circumstances to be simple, but acted out of deep faith and devotion, never seeking recognition or expecting repayment. That quiet, steadfast generosity touches me deeply. I saw every instance you chose to be generous, even when you had little. Every time you gave of yourself when you felt drained. That wasn't merely an act of giving. It was your faith lived out. A profound yielding to my guidance. Your generous heart, your willingness to trust me with your resources and energy, your choice to love even when it cost you. All of this has been seen, recorded, and treasured in my presence. Now watch as I respond to your faithfulness with blessings that exceed your imagination. The season of divine favor. This is not merely a new chapter in your life. This is the beginning of a season where my favor becomes unmistakable in every area of your existence. The foundation has been laid through years of hidden preparation, and now the structure of blessing will rise visibly for all to see. You have moved from the season of sowing in tears to the season of reaping in joy. Every seed of faith you planted in dark soil, every act of obedience when no one was watching, every moment you chose my ways over the world's ways, these have all taken root and are now ready to bear fruit. The waiting is over, the testing is complete, the preparation has been finished. What comes next will astound you with its precision and timing. I have been orchestrating circumstances behind the scenes, aligning people and opportunities, clearing obstacles from your path that you didn't even know existed. Supernatural acceleration. In this new season, things that once took years will happen in months. Doors that seemed permanently closed will swing wide open at your approach. People who once overlooked you will seek your wisdom and counsel. Resources that were scarce will flow abundantly toward your vision and calling. This acceleration is not coincidence, it is divine compensation for the years when progress seemed slow. I am making up for lost time, though in truth, no time was truly lost. Every delay served a purpose, every detour led to essential preparation you could not have received any other way. The supernatural element of this season means that human logic and worldly wisdom will not be able to explain what happens in your life. People will ask how certain things came to pass, and you will know it was my hand moving on your behalf. This is when you will truly understand that promotion comes from me, not from earthly systems or human favor. Walking in your calling. Your calling is no longer a distant dream or a vague sense of purpose. It is a present reality demanding your full attention and commitment. The gifts I placed within you are no longer dormant. They are awakening with power and clarity that will surprise even you. You will find yourself speaking with authority you didn't know you possessed, making decisions with confidence that comes from deep inner knowing, and operating in wisdom that transcends your natural experience. This is my spirit working through you, expressing itself in ways that will benefit not just you, but countless others whose lives you will touch. Your voice will carry weight in rooms where it was once dismissed. Your presence will command respect from those who once questioned your worth. Your ideas will find fertile ground in places that were previously unreceptive. This shift is not about pride or personal glory. It is about my purposes being fulfilled through a vessel I have prepared for such a time as this. Breaking generational limitations. What you are stepping into goes beyond personal blessing. It represents a breaking of generational limitations that have affected your family line for decades, perhaps centuries. The breakthrough you are experiencing is not just for you. It creates a new trajectory for those who come after you. The struggles your ancestors faced, the limitations they accepted as normal, the dreams they had to defer. All of this ends with your generation. You are the one chosen to break through the ceiling and establish a new standard for what is possible in your lineage. This is why the resistance has been so intense at times. The enemy understood what was at stake, not just your individual destiny, but the liberation of an entire generational line. Your victory opens doors for your children and your children's children that would have remained closed otherwise. Spiritual authority and influence. In this season, you will discover levels of spiritual authority you never knew you carried. When you pray, heaven responds with unusual swiftness. When you speak words of blessing, they manifest with remarkable speed. When you declare God's truth over situations, darkness retreats and light advances. This authority is not given lightly. It has been earned through your faithfulness in obscurity, your integrity under pressure, your love in the face of rejection. You have proven yourself trustworthy with little. Now you will be entrusted with much. Your influence will extend far beyond what you can see or measure. Words you speak in passing will redirect entire life trajectories. Prayers you offer will shift spiritual atmospheres over cities and regions. The light you carry will penetrate darkness in places you never imagined you would impact. Divine connections and relationships. The isolation you experienced in your preparation season is giving way to divine connections that will amaze you with their timing and purpose. People who have been waiting for someone exactly like you will find you, drawn by the same spirit that has been preparing them for this encounter. These are not casual relationships or surface-level connections. These are divine assignments. People specifically chosen to walk alongside you in this next phase of your journey. Some will become trusted advisors, others will become intimate friends, and still others will become ministry or business partners in the work I am calling you to do. You will also discover that you have been prepared to be a divine connection for others. The lessons you learned in isolation, the character you developed through trial, the wisdom you gained through suffering, all of this positions you to be the answer to someone else's prayers, the mentor they have been seeking, the friend they desperately needed. Provision beyond your needs. Financial provision in this season will operate on principles that transcend normal economic laws. Resources will come from unexpected sources. Opportunities will present themselves with unusual favor, and your capacity to generate and manage wealth will increase dramatically. This is not prosperity for its own sake, but provision aligned with purpose. Every increase comes with responsibility, to be a good steward, to bless others generously, and to fund the vision I have placed in your heart. The abundance flowing toward you is meant to flow through you to accomplish my purposes in the earth. You will find that as you give generously, the supply increases. As you invest in others' dreams, your own dreams receive supernatural backing. As you prioritize my kingdom above material concerns become remarkably simple to resolve. Health and restoration. Physical, emotional, and mental restoration are part of this season's blessing. Areas where you have struggled, battled, or lived with limitation are being renewed by my healing power. This restoration is both immediate and progressive. Some changes will be instant, while others will unfold over time, with each day bringing noticeable improvement. The stress and anxiety that once seemed like constant companions are being replaced by supernatural peace that truly does surpass understanding. The weariness that came from carrying burdens alone is being transformed into renewed strength and vitality. The emotional wounds that seemed too deep to heal are being touched by my restorative power. This healing extends to your family relationships, your past traumas, and even your memories. I am not just healing what is, but also redeeming what was. Bringing beauty from ashes in ways that will demonstrate my power to transform any situation for good. Creative expression and innovation. The creative gifts that may have been suppressed or underdeveloped during your preparation season are about to explode with new life and power. You will find yourself thinking thoughts you've never thought, envisioning possibilities you never considered, and creating things that surprise even you with their beauty and impact. This creative expression is not separate from your spiritual calling. It is an integral part of it. Through art, music, writing, invention, business innovation, or other creative outlets, you will communicate truth and blessing in ways that traditional ministry or conventional approaches could never accomplish. Your creativity will open doors to spheres of influence that have been resistant to spiritual truth presented in traditional ways. Through the beauty and excellence of your creative expression, hearts will be touched, minds will be opened, and lives will be transformed. Legacy and eternal impact. What you are building in this season will outlast your natural lifetime. The impact of your obedience, the fruit of your faithfulness, the blessing of your breakthrough, all of this will continue to multiply for generations to come. You are not just living for yourself or even for this present age. You are building something eternal, establishing something that will endure long after earthly systems have passed away. The decisions you make now, the character you display now, the love you share now, all of this becomes part of an eternal legacy that will continue to bless others throughout eternity. This perspective transforms how you see every choice, every challenge, every opportunity. You are not just managing a personal life, you are stewarding a divine assignment with eternal ramifications. This responsibility is both sobering and exhilarating. It means that nothing you do is small or insignificant when it is done in obedience to my will. The fullness of joy. Perhaps most importantly, this season brings the fullness of joy that can only come from living in complete alignment with your divine purpose. The sense of fulfillment you will experience comes not from external achievements, but from the deep satisfaction of knowing you are exactly where I want you, doing exactly what I created you to do. This joy is not dependent on circumstances because it flows from your intimate relationship with me. It cannot be stolen by opposition because it is rooted in eternal truth. It will not fade with time because it is renewed every morning by my faithfulness. Others will notice this joy and wonder at its source. In a world filled with anxiety, depression, and despair, your joy will stand out like a beacon, drawing others who hunger for the same peace and purpose you have found. Your very life will become a testimony to my goodness and a demonstration of what is possible when someone surrenders completely to my love. Final encouragement and commission. My precious child, as you step fully into this new season, remember that you do not walk alone. I am with you every step of the way, guiding your path, strengthening your heart, and working all things together for your good and my glory. The journey ahead will still have challenges, but they will be different from the ones you've faced before. Instead of tests of character and faith, you will face challenges of stewardship and influence. Instead of wondering if you're loved and accepted, you'll wrestle with how to manage the abundant blessing flowing your way. Trust me with the same faith that carried you through the valley to carry you through the mountaintop. Stay close to my heart even as opportunities expand. Keep your eyes fixed on me, even as the world takes notice of you. Remember that every blessing is a trust, every gift is a responsibility, and every platform is an opportunity to point others toward my love. The time of preparation is complete. The season of breakthrough has begun. Step forward with confidence, knowing that I am both your foundation and your destination, your beginning and your end, your source and your reward. This is your moment. This is your season. This is your time to shine with the glory I have placed within you. Walk worthy of the calling you have received, and watch as I do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or think, according to the power that works within you. The best is yet to come, my beloved one. The greatest chapter of your story is just beginning to be written. And I will be with you through every word, every page, every beautiful unfolding of the masterpiece your life was always meant to be. Rise up and take your place. Your time of hiddenness is over. Your season of influence has begun. May every word of this message settle deep in your spirit and become living truth that transforms your life from the inside out. May you walk in the fullness of everything I have prepared for you, and may your life become a radiant testimony of my love, faithfulness, and power. This is my heart for you, my child, nothing less than the abundant life I promised, lived out in all its beauty and purpose,